onion powder, garlic powder. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So I'm cooking up some dinner, and I'm seasoning it because I don't have the taco spices. So I'm doing onion powder, garlic powder. I've already done cayenne pepper. I'm going to do some chili powder for a little bit of warmth. Good amount of chili powder. And that's all she wrote. Let me go get my my breaker here. And I'm using 82% grass-fed beef. So I'm going to do what I buy. You can also do the 96%. Or you can do chicken or ground turkey, whatever. Whatever you want to make your tacos with. Beans and rice. So I've got my beans in the pressure cooker. And those are coming up nice. They got to cook for at least 40 minutes. And then I'm going to add the ground beef to the beans. And then all we got to do is the rice. And the rice should not take long at all. I'm going to use basmati, jasmine rice actually. Not basmati, but jasmine. Yesterday I made chicken. I did not come on yesterday afternoon. I was so busy. But I did make chicken and smashed potatoes, which I actually have still left over. And they're so easy to make because I normally would boil them and then smash them and then fry them up. And I came up with a different way of doing them. By washing them good, putting them in the air fryer, and then when they're nice and soft, then smashing them, and then fry them up. And it came out so good. Nice and fluffy on the inside with a little bit of, crispiness on the outside from the skin. All right, let me go ahead and try to break this up as smaller as I can. This is going to help it. A little bit of water. It's also going to thicken it up because of all the spices I've got in there. All right, I'm going to cover this up. And then we're going to add the other ground beef. Just let that cook for just a little bit while I check these comments. Good morning, Aunt. Good morning. Hi, Duck. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing this morning? Tuesday morning, guys. 2 more days for this week to be over. Friday cannot get fast enough. Or Thursday, that would be. Smells so good. The chili powder. The garlic powder, the onion powder, a hint of the cayenne pepper. I think I'm going to add a little more chili powder. Can never go wrong. This gives it so much flavor and a little warmth to the beef. And I think I'm going to do a little smoked paprika. Why not? We're going to do some smoked paprika. And go in here. It's a little bit early, guys. I normally go live at 10. Today I went and I realized the time. About a teaspoon or so. I did not realize it was only about 9 o'clock, 9:30. But I decided to start now early so that I can get this done early today. So y'all join me. All right, so now I'm going to add, this is going to give it even a little bit more flavor, some annatto achiote molido. This is what this is. So we're going to add a couple dashes of this achiote, which is ground annatto. All right. So flavorful. Make sure that your meat is nicely, finely grounded. All right, so that's done. What I'm going to do, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and scoop this out. And we're going to put the rest of our beef, and we're going to season that part too. It's coming along. Look how pretty that looks. Delicious. Smells delicious in here. Let's add a little more onion powder to this. Can never have too many. Too much onion powder. Oops, the ball came out. Oh, my beans are ready. Some more garlic powder. Smash that away. We're gonna dump this in here. There we go. Meat is done. Now we're gonna go to the second batch. And for the second batch, we're gonna do the same thing. Smoked paprika. Gonna do some garlic powder. Some onion powder. Some chili powder. Some cayenne pepper. some annatto. Annatto, they call it. About a teaspoon or so. And then we're just putting this right in. Season side down. Oops, I forgot to get my salt. Go ahead and make sure you season your meat. This is going to go season side down. But if I can get it. There we go. Hit it up with a little bit of EVOO. Break it up. Ooh, you can smell those spices hitting the pan. Break up your meat. I'm going to put a little bit of water. I want to make sure this meat is nice and minced. So my grandpa cooks. Break it all up. And let that boil. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's nice and brown. It's got a nice color. Smells delicious in here. Got my beans back there. Let me go check on my beans. Taking the pressure out. So I've got chickies, guys. Last night, my little mini hen, we went to check on her in the older coop, and she was sitting on babies. She's been sitting there for a couple of weeks, and she had baby chicks. So I think one of the chicks that she sat on, it was a regular chicken egg. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a Coco Marron, because I had a Coco Marron, and that was her egg. So that she was sitting on. So I've got her on my porch. Maybe I can show you guys a little tour of my Serama. She's on my porch with the babies, and she's been there since yesterday. I brought her over here. I wanted to make sure that she was eating and the babies were eating. Let me take a look at this, y'all. Hang on. Bill, hi Bill. Yes, right? So that's what's cooking. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Look at that. I already did the first batch. I made my own taco seasoning. So if y'all don't have that powder stuff, you can absolutely make this at home. All you need is a couple of seasonings: cumin, chili powder, annatto, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and you can put all this together. I'm actually going to add just a little bit of more cumin in here. Breaking these into a small mince. You can tell it was like halfway thawed out, but that's fine. So this is organic grass-fed beef is what I normally buy. So it comes like in a little square at your grocery store. All right, so make sure you get that nice, and see how small this is. I learned this little trick from my grandpa. He would put a little bit of water, about 1/3 of a cup, and let it simmer. And this would help cook the meat and break up nice and easy, so you don't have like chunks of meat in your tacos or your burritos. It smells delicious in here. Wish y'all can smell this. All right, I'm gonna flip y'all out. I'm gonna check on these beans that I've got going on back here. They've been, so I soaked about a half a bag of kidney beans. So today is kidney beans versus pinto beans. I normally do pinto beans whenever I do Mexican. But today we're doing kidney beans. A lot of flavor. They say kidney beans are good for your kidneys. So I'm just going to remove a little bit of the water from the beans because I make sure I cover them in water. Whenever I cook my beans, guys, I cook them, I wash my beans well. Then I let them soak overnight. Then the next day I drain and rinse the water out. And I put some more water, cover it up, douse it with some olive oil, and I put it in my pressure cooker for about 40 minutes. And then after the 40 minutes, those beans are so soft. They're so soft. Try to reset it. So I'll put about 15 more minutes on the beans after I took off the water. And then once they're nice and cooked, we're gonna add this to the beans and then we're gonna season our beans. It's gonna give it even more flavor. And then we're just gonna start our rice right now. I'm gonna start washing my rice. Guys, if you have not washed your rice, start washing because rice has carcinogens in it, which are not good. So make sure that you wash your rice. Also, rice water, if you save it, you can put it in your shampoo and it's great for your hair. Absolutely great. Now we're gonna add half of an onion that I diced with about 3 minced garlic cloves to that beef. And we're gonna let it get tender, right? Let it soak up all those juices. Oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. Y'all. Let the garlic and onions get nice and soft. I'm gonna go ahead and lower my heat. And I'm going to put a lid on this one just in case there's a pesky something laying around. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start getting on my rice. So let me go ahead and get my jasmine rice out so I can start washing it. I think I'm gonna do about 2.5 cups of the rice. And I'm gonna wash it in the same container that I'm gonna cook it on. In, should I say. I'm gonna eyeball it, about 2.5 cups. All right, move this away. Turn that off. Now we're gonna move you guys over here. We are going to wash our rice. So I wash it about 7 times. 7 times. You can absolutely save your water. Like I said, rice water, very good for your hair, for your follicle. Very, very good. Save your water. Nice and milky. Three. And I use hot water. Did you remember me? Let me see. If you've been on here, I should. I'm normally good with names. Not too good with faces. Tati, yes, I think I do. I was not here yesterday, guys. Did not do any video. Did not go live. Was extremely tired. I was trying to actually work on getting everything done before I went to work. So I was in a rush. Couldn't get everything done. But I discovered a new way to cook potatoes without having to do mash, without having to do roasting it in the oven. That worked out perfect, which is basically washing a whole bag of, 5-pound bag of Yukon Gold potatoes. You could do red or russet potatoes. And what I did, after I washed them, I put them in my air fryer on 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. And when they came out, they were golden brown on the outside and soft and tender on the inside. So what I did, I smashed them with the back of a cup. And then I got some garlic oil in the pan, seasoned it up, my potatoes, and I came up with an awesome recipe. Smashed potatoes. Who would have known? Without having to boil them, without having to wait for them to be tender, would have taken me almost an hour. The air fryer did it all in 30 minutes. So I thought that was a great idea. And it's a different way to cook potatoes. If you guys don't want to cook it the same way all the time, it's a great way. Still taking out all that milk out of the rice. Mash it again. All right, now we're gonna rinse them with nice clean water, drinking water. It's a little bit cooler. Three more times. And 3. Beautiful. All right. And 3. All right, that's about 9 times. So the water is nice and clear. Make sure you get every water out. Okay. We're gonna move it over here to the back burner. Move you all over here. Love that shirt. Me too, Bill. Love my shirt. Back to the future, right? It's Back to the Future. I love this shirt. I love the movie. Have y'all seen Michael J. Fox lately? He has aged. He hasn't aged that bad. As if it's not for his little, for his Parkinson's, but he still looks great. He was one of my favorite characters in the movie. That's the reason why I watched the movie. All right, so I'm adding a little bit of olive oil. I'm sauteing the rice. Yes, I'm sauteing the rice before I add the water to it. All right, this is going to give it a nice little crust. I'm going to go ahead and grab some chicken bouillon. And then I'm going to cover this up with water. Let me see if I can. About 4 cups of water. I eyeball it. I don't measure nothing. I've been cooking rice for a long time, so I don't measure anything. We are going to add about a teaspoon of it, of the chicken bouillon, and that's just going to give it flavor to the rice. All right. Go ahead and work it all in there. And then we're just going to cover this up with water. And another cup. Another cup should do it. There we go. Perfect. And now, I'm going to put a lid on this. Where's my lid? Here it is. Nice and slow. Our rice is going to cook. Make sure you lower the temperature on it. And we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you guys the beans. Hey, Greg. Wahoo! Taco Tuesday. Hey, hey. Much love. Yeah. It's good. It's going to be good. So I'm here with my pressure cooker. I'm going to give it about, I'm going to check on it now because it's been about 30 minutes. Again, I'm using kidney beans this time. Make sure you get all that air out. Look at these beans. They still have a little bit. I just want to make sure I get all this water reduced before I add the ground beef. So then we're going to add the ground beef to it, and then we're going to season the beans because they're not seasoned. So the best way to cook these beans, or any kind of fresh bean, is by soaking them. So see how they're breaking up? You want to make sure you soak them overnight, at least for about 10 hours. And then they'll get nice and buttery smooth for you. And I cover them up with water, add a little bit of olive oil, and I set them here for about 40 minutes in my pressure cooker. Check them out. Now I'm just really, taking out some of the liquid from the beans. But this is the best way to make sure that your beans are nice and tender, to not season them when you cook them. I learned this little trick from my mom. Now, once they're cooked, then you can season them well. My mama taught me this. Which, by the way, let's get talking about the wedding. My sister, well, you know, she's already been married. But she's having the official wedding is in September. And we're all so excited. And she's excited. She wants me to try the dress, get the shoes, all the things. I still have to get my sons their nice outfit for the event. And we're just like so freaking excited. But it's in September, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually got more on my mind is my son's graduation. He's a senior and he graduates the end of May. And they're also coming over. My family's coming over that Friday because Saturday morning we have to be ready to go for the event. I'm pretty sure right now they're trying all the, so they've got literally about 30 more days, 31 days left for them to finish school. Then they'll be home and they don't have to come back until practice for graduation. Fun, fun, fun. Can't believe my son is actually a senior. OMG. All right. So that's going to reduce. See how much water I took out of there? Yeah. So I always cover my beans with a lot of water, which is fine because you want to make sure they have enough water so they don't dry out during the process of the cooking. But look how soft they are. And that is what you want. What do you mean around? Get some more out. This will speed up the process of them thickening up nicely. All right, just a couple more minutes. I'm gonna flip this out. And then I think I'm gonna start seasoning them up because they're already cooked, as you can see. I'm just gonna add a teaspoon of my mineral salt that I use. I use this stuff for everything. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of chicken bouillon for flavor. And then I'm gonna add everything that I added on my beef. A little bit of chili powder because the beef is gonna have chili powder, so I don't wanna add too much. Garlic powder, whoops, garlic powder. And then we're gonna taste test it. Annatto. Smoked paprika. A little bit of cumin. There we go. And that's all she wrote. We're gonna mix it all up. Okay. I'm gonna lower this. I'm gonna put this because at this point it's already thickening. So I'm just gonna leave it on warm. Oh yeah. It smells so good. It smells so good. Now, for the grand finale, we're gonna add the ground beef with the onions and the garlic that have been sauteing. We're gonna introduce them to the beans for even more flavor. This is also gonna make your beans nice and chunky and easy to assemble. All right. Gosh, this is gonna be a lot. Look at this beef. It's gonna be better than any fast food place. And I am using kidney beans, yes. Oh God, it looks so good. Let me show you. You had some cheddar cheese or mozzarella cheese. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Make sure it's thickening as the water evaporates. It'll begin to thicken. So good. You could put this over rice, right, Greg? Put this over rice. I've got, by the way, 2 plantains I've got to cook because if I don't, I'm going to have to throw them away. So I think I'm going to fry them up as well. Add the rest of the beef. Oh my gosh. I think I may take some of this to lunch for dinner. Yum, yum. If there's any leftovers, this would be absolutely delicious, right? It looks so authentic. I agree. I agree. And I just did it. I didn't even have the taco seasoning thing. I just made it myself. I just created my own Mexican twist on all the spices. All right. So we're going to mix this all up. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. So much flavor in these beans. And that beef. And the onions. And the garlic. Chili powder. Onion powder. All the powders are in here. It's going to give it so much flavor, y'all. And I think I'm going to do now, I'm going to rinse my little pan here, the same pan I cooked the beef in. And I think I'm going to do the plantains because I've only got about 2 plantains. While my rice is cooking, let's not forget the rice. That's cooking. All right. This out of the way. Okay. And we're going to have to clean all this up later. So this is how much water we took out of those beans. So I'm going to see if there's any extra water, which is very little. See, it's already getting thick. And that's what you want. That's good. Take that out. So good. We are going to give it a try. Make sure it's well seasoned at this point. A little bit of beans, a little bit of beef. Hot, hot, hot. Whew. Hot. Perfect. I'm just going to add, I can taste the chili powder, just a little more. I can use of the salt because it is taco sauce. All right, just a little bit. This has tomato paste in it. Just a wee bit. But it tastes delicious. Oh my gosh. I don't need tacos. I could just put this over rice. All right, I'm just adding about 1/3 of a cup. That's it. You can add more. Oh God, looks so good. It's so creamy. You know, guys, I think I'm gonna do to make it even better. We're gonna add a little bit of cheddar cheese. You can use sharp cheddar, mild cheddar. You don't even have to use cheese. But this is just gonna make it, oh, it looks actually like a chili. It looks like a chili. I'm gonna add about a half a cup of it. Yeah, why not? Why not? All right, y'all see the magic. Y'all gonna see the magic. When it melts the heat of the beans and the beef, it's gonna melt that cheese. Just enough. Oh yeah, look at that. Eat all your beans, guys. I'm using kidney beans. I'm sure you can make them with white navy beans because they have no flavor, so it's like a neutral flavor. I've never made them with any kind of bean but black beans, kidney beans, and pinto beans. But look at that. Big pot. We're just waiting on the rice. Yum. Yum. Let's look at this rice. Oh, she cooked perfect. She cooked absolutely perfect. We're gonna flake it. It smells so good. This is the jasmine. Don't want to scrape the bottom of my pan, so I'm gonna flip. Oops. Yep, that's what happened. I'm gonna flip over the camera, and I'm gonna get a spatula, wooden spatula, because I don't want to scrape, guys. I take care of my pots. Don't want to scrape the bottom of my pot with the fork. I think it'd be too abrasive. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yes. It's gonna finish cooking. The steam of it is gonna finish cooking every grain, but I'm just stirring it up. The bottom with the top. There we go. Just gonna add just a wee bit of white, just to create that steam, about a third of a cup. There we go. Mix it up again. And we're just gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes, and it's done. I got rice done. All right, let's look at these comments. Hello, Ratik, how are you? Hi, hi, hi. So now we're gonna do the plantains, guys. Let's do the plantains. I think I'm gonna switch to a, let me put this on. I'm gonna leave the sauce out for whoever wants extra taco sauce. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the same pan I used my eggs in this morning for the plantains, because there's only 2 of them. But they're absolutely ripened. So, I want to make sure that I get these fried in here. Just a little bit of olive oil. I'll have to refill this bottle. Oh no! But that much, just enough for them to get coated. I use this stuff for everything, guys. Olive oil. I bake with it. I use it all. Go ahead and get my handy knife. Cut the butt off the plantain. So the darker the plantain, the better, the sweeter it's gonna be. Gosh, I wish I did not lose my plantain trees, and they look like they're all coming back. They're nice and green. So that is a plus. Peel these out. Oh God, they're so ripe. that they're falling apart, y'all. So we're just gonna cut them on a diagonal type. All right, here we go. All right, throw this away. Throw the first peel away. When this is nice and hot, we're gonna add the plantains to it. I need to read the whole thing. I cannot read it from here. Give me a second and I'll answer the question. All right, let's cut these ends. Let's cut these ends. Peel that skin out. All right. Beautiful. Throw this away. All right. As soon as this is nice and hot, we're gonna go ahead and drop in, and it is my plantains. You want them like this, down in the little olive oil. If you have not many, I'm just using olive oil, but if you have more than that, I would just use a mixture of olive oil or coconut oil mixed, because that will keep it from burning, because it can stand high temperature. There is an olive oil that's for frying that would last a little longer. This is not the one. So, the one I'm using right now. But since it's just going to be two of them, I know they're going to be fighting over these two. I should have probably done more, but I didn't. All right, flip these over. Can you guys see them? All right, I'm gonna grab a bowl, and we're gonna line it up with a little bit of paper towel, just to get the excess grease, and we're gonna put it in there. It smells so good. You know, my father-in-law is from Panama, and he, you know how every nationality has a different way of cooking plantains? He boils his plantain and then adds some cinnamon to it. I've also had them that way, and they taste amazing. He also taught me, my stepdad, to add raisins to your beef. So if you add raisins to the beef, it just gives it a little sweetness to it. Great flavor. I can never do it with the kids because they're not a raisin lover. Even though you really don't taste it in it, but just gives it right amount of sweetness to the beef. Just one of those things. All right. That's going. Thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. Okay, you took care of that. We don't know what that was about. I appreciate it. It was a very long question. Thank you so much. All right. So these guys are looking so good. Look at this. Nice and golden brown. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. They're going to be good. Get them nice and golden brown. So I was very early this morning, guys. I did come off. I normally go live at 10. When I started at 9 o'clock, I didn't realize that. I was like, whoa, I'm a little too early. But I figured, try to get this out of the way early, right? Because it's a lot of stuff. It looks like it's about to rain. Hope we get some rain. It's like overcasted. I know it poured rain in Miami. My sister called me. She says, it's pouring over here. I said, oh gosh, let God hear you. Let it come over here because we haven't had no rain. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's put these down. The rest of them. This is the second batch. And then we won't need no more. Try not to overcrowd the pan so that they don't steam. All right. So the ones in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and season them. Because you want to season them when they're hot. Any type of fritter or anything that you fry, make sure it's hot. You season it while it's hot because it'll adhere the salt. All right. These are going to be great. Let me show you guys what they look like. Better be. Look. See those? Yum. Doesn't that look good? They're piping hot, so I would not dare to stick my lips or my mouth anywhere those plantains right now. But you see how the oil's not burning? And this is not frying oil. Well, actually, it may be frying oil. The one I just bought is not, is robust. I buy 3 liters at a time of the, I order them on Amazon, of the olive oil. But I normally do with coconut oil because coconut oil will stand high temperature, especially if you're frying. And I'm not adding too much oil, as you can see. That's why I'm using a little pan. Just enough. I am going to try one, though. Ooh, I'm going to burn my finger. No, I can't. Can't. I'm going to burn my finger. Rice is done. Perfect. Move this aside. Rice is done. Beans are done. With the beef, everything is done. We're just waiting on these plantains. And then we're finished. And all I gotta do is take pictures of it all, post them, because I'm so bad at taking pictures and putting them on my live. You will not understand how hard it is for me to do all of this, you guys. But I am terrible at posting the pictures. at the end of my live stream. Still learning. Still learning. All right. Work in progress. All right. I think second batch is almost done. Take them out of the swimming pool. Out. And the last one. And then I've got dishes to wash. Fun, fun. All right, last batch. Chickens are laying. You hear them quacking? It's gonna be a good day. 2 more days for this week to be over, y'all. 2 more. 2 more. Oops. Anybody doing anything special for the Easter weekend? I think I'm gonna start washing these dishes, y'all. Doing these dishes. See, I do multitask. I gotta multitask. Oh no. That's what happens when you get a little bit of water in your plantains, y'all. You get a party. A party in the stove. There we go. Plantains out. I guess it has been a long time since I came here last time. Dark. I say right. Got all these little dishes to wash. So we're washing dishes, y'all, while we're checking comments. But I got everything done. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a tour of what it looks like. All done. So I'm going to start wrapping things up here because I've got all things to do. You hear my ducks? Yeah, ducks and chicks. Oh, I wanted to show you one last thing. My babies and their mama that we got in the porch. So one of my Rickies is a mama. And she had a little black chick, super cute. And I wanted to show you guys. She's all set up in my porch with her babies. Hubby was in town and he happened to grab some feed. And he got 3 baby chicks for free. Because they had pasty butts. So we got them home. We got them cleaned up. And they're doing amazing with their mama. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Just a minute. And y'all going to see. These chicks and the mama. All right. All done. Y'all gonna see this. All right, guys. Sorry, but I had to do the dishes. I had to take care of the dishes. So let me show you. No, Lucy can't get out because she likes to jump on the thing. So let me show you. These is the mama, and she's very broody, y'all. So she will bite your finger off if you mess with her chicks. And the little gray one, see the one right next to her? That was the one that hatched. This one right there. That was the one that hatched. These were given to us for free. Aren't they cute? So now we're going to have a total of 30 hens, 30 chicks. And she's still sitting on these eggs, which I honestly think they're not going to hatch. We're just going to give another day or so. And see how she's protecting them. It's okay, Mama. I ain't going to mess with your babies, I promise. I'm just saying hi to you. How you doing? Are you doing good? Are you having a good time? You taking care of your babies? Make sure they've got their water. Oh no, I've got to change their water. Look, they got it full of mulch. All right, y'all. Put you guys down here because I got to grab this. Hang on, hang on. Let me flip you guys. Sorry about that. Getting their water for the babies. For the baby chicks. Because they were full of that little mulch. Fresh, clean water. Okay, let's go look at those chicks. Beep, 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 beep. Fresh water. They got their food in there. The mama's with her babies. She's guarding the babies. All right, Mama. I'll see you in a little bit. She's right here on my porch. So she is a mom. And I think those other eggs are not going to hatch. But We will remove them by the end of the day so that they don't stink. Because there's nothing, I mean, worse than rotted eggs. So that's that, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I promise, be 10 a.m. If it's 9:30, I'll be like, nope, I got to wait till 10 a.m. I love you all.